What's good, Chaotic Nation? It is your boy, Chaos here. And today I'm continuing ranking my favorite Pokemon of each type. This list comes from my personal experiences playing through the Pokemon franchise over the past several years. The order of this series is based on my least favorite type to my most favorite type, and I will be covering all of the 18 types. A dual-type Pokemon does have the possibility to be considered for both types it has, because if a Pokemon is one of my favorites, it should be considered for both lists. With all that being said, sit back and relax as we dive into the normal type. Number 10, Girafarig. Girafarig starts off this list, and honestly, I just like the idea of this Pokemon. It has an awesome typing, being a Psychic and Normal type, which makes it a really unique Pokemon. It also is one of the only giraffe Pokemon out there, which also makes it unique. It resembles a palindrome both in appearance and in its name, as it is virtually the same front to back as it is back to front, as you can see with the name Girafarig. It's an average Pokemon that does tend to be a little bit difficult to deal with when I have come across it while playing through the games, and I've never used it on my team, but I really do want to. I just really like the concept and the design of this Pokemon. And the tail looking like a chain chomp is an added plus. Number 9, Herdier. Herdier is a cool looking Pokemon with an even cooler looking mustache. I usually don't like Generation 5 Pokemon as they resemble Pokemon from previous generations, and I tend to prefer those forms since I've played those ones before I played Generation 5. However, Herdier stands out from the rest. It does resemble a typical dog, and it just looks really good. It has some great abilities and a pretty fantastic move pool, allowing it to be used in a variety of situations. I feel like I like this one better because it just has the perfect middle stage evolution design, making it more preferred than either of its evolutions. It doesn't look too cute, it doesn't look too intimidating, it just kind of looks cool and edgy, and I like that about this Pokemon. Number 8, Porygon 2. The Porygon line is a rather interesting evolutionary line, with a lot of lore surrounding it. The line has been theorized to resemble dimensionals of the universe, as well as for causing some not so cool stuff in the anime. I really like the lore of Porygon Z being corrupted data, but I do prefer Porygon 2 because of its usage in Pokemon battles. Porygon 2 is a tank with an Eviolite, and has a variety of moves allowing it to be used in a variety of situations. It can be a tank, it can be a stalling Pokemon, it can be a pivot, it can do a lot of things, and it's really fun to use. Now, I've never had the chance to add this to my team, but I have enjoyed seeing it used in battle, and I can appreciate its worth. Yes, I did draft one in Season 4 of the PDL, however I did have to trade it away because I needed the Mon that I traded it for a more specific purpose on my team. And sadly, I did not get to use Porygon in that team. Number 7, Pidgeot. Pidgeot became an early addition to my team while playing through Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. I never really used it too much, besides the few playthroughs I did when I didn't choose Charizard because I wanted to try the other starters out. But I still enjoyed the design and the concept of Pidgeot nonetheless. I always loved how Ash would use his Pidgeotto to help defeat Team Rocket, or to have it go look for someone who got lost. I also really enjoyed using my Dark Dragon type Delta Pidgeot in my Pokemon Insurgence Delta Lock 5 playthrough. It was one of my MVPs of my team while it was a member of the squad, and it really helped me out of several difficult situations. Number 6, Swellow. Swellow is such a cool looking Pokemon. This was one of my favorite childhood Pokemon, and that has stuck with me to this day, as I had a Tailo plushie as a kid, as well as a Swellow figurine. The design of this Pokemon is sleek, and it looks like something you would see whizzing through the sky. I also really enjoy the one that Ash had in the Advanced series of the anime. I really like the combo move of Pikachu and Swellow when they made Thunder Armor in the anime, which boosts their speed stats. It always looked really cool, and I think it was a staple for the combo moves that came in future games and down the road in the anime. I mean, we have combo moves in Mystery Dungeon. Maybe that's where they came from? Sounds like a theory. You didn't say it. Just don't. That combo move really did make me enjoy the Pokemon anime more, and also made me really like Swellow a lot. Number 5, Noctowl. Another regional bird makes the list. Noctowl rises above the other two for a couple of different reasons. Yes, Ash did have one of these in the anime, but Ash's Noctowl was shiny. It was really cool to get to see a shiny Pokemon being used in one of the protagonist teams. And knowing that shinies existed because of the anime actually allowed me to recognize when I found a shiny Oddish while playing through Fire Red Leaf Green. I do have an affinity for owls, and they often are portrayed as peaceful and wise creatures, which really makes me like them because they seem majestic. And as you may know, I really like the Legend of Zelda series, and every time I see Noctowl, I think of Kapura Gabora. It's just a resemblance that I see. That is the wise old owl that acts as a guide through several of the games in the Legend of Zelda series. Number 4, Staraptor. Okay, I promise this is the last regional bird on this list, mostly because this is my favorite. Staraptor is such a cool and edgy, intimidating looking Pokemon. I, along with most of the rest of the Pokemon community, used one in my playthrough of Sinnoh. Staraptor does a great job of destroying most of Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, making it probably the best flyer in the game. But I don't know that yet because I have not done the best team for Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum yet. The highlight of this Pokemon, it learns close combat. Having access to one of the best fighting type moves in the game allows Staraptor to deal with most of the typings it's weak to, and it provides great coverage for a lot of the other typings in the game. It is such a powerful Pokemon that it destroys almost anything that gets in its path. Again, I really liked its usefulness on Ash's team in the anime, and I just can't imagine traveling through the Sinnoh region without picking up one and adding it to my team. Number 3, Exploud. Now, Exploud has become one of my recent favorite Pokemon. I didn't really care for it too much, but then I used it on my best team for Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and it was a great team member, actually one of the best. I really did like Loudred from the Mystery Dungeon series, where it kind of acted as an alarm clock for the team. But I always forgot that Exploud was a Generation 3 Pokemon, and I usually forgot this Pokemon even existed. I think this Pokemon just looks incredible. It is actually really intimidating and just freaking awesome looking. It screams for the sound type to be created because it embodies sound as a Pokemon. It is such a powerful Pokemon. It has great abilities, and it has a really fun move pool to exploit, making it a very versatile member of any team. Number 2, Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is the first Pokemon that will be a repeat, since it was also used on my favorite fairy type list. To reiterate, I can use a Pokemon that is dual type for multiple lists, because I feel as if it is a Pokemon that I really enjoy, and as one of my favorites, it should be included on both lists that it is able to be applied to. So Wigglytuff is one of my favorite normal types, but also one of my favorite fairy types, which is why it's on both lists. To reiterate, I wasn't really a fan of Wigglytuff for a long time. It just was pink, and I didn't like pink, but that changed when I decided to use it on my Let's Go Pikachu team. It was my first shiny hunt in the game, my first shiny in the game, and it was an MVP of my playthrough. I really enjoyed the versatility of the moveset of this Pokemon, and it was really fun to try out a fairy type in Kanto. This Pokemon is very adorable, and it's actually very powerful, which is kind of something you don't associate with it too much. The diversity it has makes it such a fun Pokemon to use, and I really have enjoyed Wigglytuff. And finally, number 1. Eevee. Okay, I gotta do better to make the number 1s not so obvious. You probably already know that I really like the evolutions, and the base form Eevee is no exception to that. You cannot tell me this Pokemon isn't absolutely adorable. Eevee is just such a staple in the community. It's a popular Pokemon. I would love to have this thing as a pet, especially if I lived in the Pokemon universe. Now, I know it's not the most viable Pokemon in battles, but I feel like it would be a great companion on any journey. Also, its ability to evolve into several different types of Pokemon makes it extremely unique, which is why I think several Poke fans love this Pokemon. And it just so happens to weasel its way into being my top normal-type Pokemon. Well, that's all I have for this list. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you did, and share it with your friends to show your support. Check out the description below for more ways to stay connected with the channel, including my Discord server, Twitter, and my Twitch account. I would love to see you all connect during a Twitch stream, as we are live, and it's a great way to interact. Thanks for watching. That's all I have for you today. So until next time, I'm Chaos, signing off. Stay safe, and as always, burn it up.